This is When the Fuck Did I Become Old? The fun, edgy, and unapologetically honest podcast about the experiences of aging, where, as the name suggests, nothing is off the table. And I am your host, Jo Parker, and I'm with my co-host, Kev Stockbridge. But before we get into today's episodes, I still need to remind you, please follow us on Apple, Spotify, and YouTube. And today, as it's the 2nd of January, we are going to be talking about New Year's resolutions. So, Kev, what's your view on New Year's resolutions?
Well, historically, I wouldn't have described myself as somebody who actually did New Year's resolutions. I don't really remember making any, but there. I think I got stuff done before New Year, so I've always had a building project until this year. First time this year, I haven't had a building project on the go. But I've always had some kind of home renovation thing on the go.
Coming into the new year or going over Christmas? Because I don't remember them going over Christmas.
No, but I start planning them the year.
Right,
The point is I start planning them in the autumn and they never happen until the spring.
So we're calling that a New Year's resolution?
Well, so I don't class it as a resolution, but so I always had something, I had a project that I'd kind of initiate in the spring and I was doing later research for it in the autumn. But I wouldn't call that a resolution. But nevertheless, it was a thing. And this is the first year we haven't got one, actually. Mm-hmm. We've done the garden, we've done bedrooms, bathrooms, etc. We've done the floor downstairs. No more building projects.
That's because I banned you for I want a break.
And then the other thing that, again, I normally start planning before Christmas, but it's for the next year, is the holidays, right?
Yes.
So I do a lot of holiday planning.
You've done that this year, though, for next year?
Yeah, some. I'm not fully planned out. I'm partially planned
So
out.
why are you not fully planned?
Well, a bunch of complexities around the different holidays and what we're going to do and who we're going with and, you know, whether the motorbike trip's happening or not and whether, well, our one is, but whether the one with the boys is happening and whether we're going to have a family holiday. We don't know the answer to all those questions. So
So back to the previous episode, shall we take the kids on holiday?
Haven't micro-planned the holidays yet. And then the other thing that, again, I wouldn't call it a resolution, but every year I do have to do a bit of a lose weight in the spring after Christmas scenario.
Well,
but I don't ever do anything like, I'm going to do a diet or whatever. Not like a calorie counting sort of diet. So I do have habits, I would say, that are habits of renewal of some sort.
Right.
But I don't ever write them down as resolutions, or haven't done historically. What about you?
No, I don't plan New Year's resolutions. I've done it once or twice. I did it with the kids because they were awake on New Year's Eve and we had a little, what are we going to do? Then we put them on a piece of paper and we put them all in the top drawer in my study. But no, I have never really planned New Year's Eves. New Year's resolutions. Sorry. New Year's resolutions. I plan New Year's Eve, but not New Year's resolutions. So no, I haven't. It's not something I do.
Right. See that, but I'm not sure I believe that.
So just before we started recording this, and we had a little chat, didn't we? You said you thought I was a New Year's resolution.
Yeah, because you're always doing some form of like new self-development thing, or there's always something brand. Like last year, you did the podcast training in January.
I did the podcast training in January, but I had planned to do that in October. I'd started planning that.
Right.
And previous to that, I genuinely thought I was going to do podcasting about a state agency, but as the state agency needs to be visual, I decided it wasn't going to happen. And as I explained to most people who will listen to me, the aging process is something that I'm passionate about and not necessarily enjoying all the time, but want to make it fun. So was that a New Year's resolution? No, I think it just happened to be that the training was in January.
And what about your various like exercise regimes? You don't think any of those are cyclical on a January basis?
No, not at all.
Okay.
No. So I agree with you. I constantly think about renewing and self-development, but I haven't sat down and said, right, on January the 1st, this is what I'm going to do. I mean, I've done the 75-day hard challenge, haven't I?
Yeah, you have.
That wasn't January.
That wasn't January.
No, that started April.
Okay, fair enough.
So mainly.
Okay, so neither of us have a track record then, allegedly, of doing resolutions.
Why don't you do? I'll wait till you finish your coffee. Why don't you do New Year's resolutions? Why don't you think 1st of Jan I'm going to do this?
I would have said because I'm lazy, like quite frankly.
Okay.
I would have said because I can't be asked.
Okay.
But maybe So like the other things are sort of distractions, right? In terms of like the projects and the holiday planning or whatever, those are definitely things that keep me very, very busy in the first quarter of the year traditionally.
Yeah.
So it's not as if I have like a lot of spare capacity for other brilliant ideas. But that issue of being lazy, if you like, or not bothering to plan a resolution, which has never been a problem for me psychologically before, because in family life you're so busy that it's not as if you have a shitload of spare time.
No.
But one of the things I was reading recently, which is an article by a doctor from Columbia University in New York, Dr. Mark, what's his name? Nathanon. He is a geriatric psychiatrist, right? And so he was looking at New Year's resolutions, motivation for them, and sort of psychological impact of them.
So can I just ask a question? Do you know what the age geriatric starts?
Where it starts?
Yeah.
I don't. So I don't know whether it's 60 plus or some other arbitrary number.
Okay.
But the point he's making in his research is that a New Year's resolution, regardless of what it is, a New Year's resolution of some sort, implies that there's something you're looking to make a positive change about and that you're therefore looking forward to.
Right.
And that in itself is something that connotes optimism, hope to the future, and is a key indicator of good mental health in older age. Because the opposite of that is not looking forward to the future, right? Not looking forward to tomorrow. And that really that's depression. So depression is a sense of hopelessness, helplessness, no point in going on, nothing to look forward to. New Year's resolutions are a vehicle to achieve the exact opposite of that. And so from his perspective, he's saying, as you age, it's increasingly important to make resolutions about things, because it's increasingly important to take agency and control over your future with a sense of positivity and with a sense of hope.
Okay. So for me, when I decide I'm going to do some kind of change, whether I decide I'm going to do the 75-day challenge, 75-day hard, or the ultimate energy challenge, which I'm just about finishing, well, and that's another mindset shift for me, because I'm not going to finish it when it ends tomorrow.
Right.
I'm going to carry on, and so that I won't be putting on loads of weight after Christmas. I will be able to shift it, because I can do that. I have proved that I can do that with this challenge, right? So, but for me, I do make these changes, have these goals when I want to, rather than doing it on New Year's Day. Because you and I experience the fact that our gym becomes really busy January, fairly busy February, and we have to book in to get into classes, and you can't book in to get into classes because there's new membership, and then as we're experiencing at the end of the year, it then plops out. So people, they think they're going to do it, and New Year's resolutions don't always work. And that's because I think you've made them on the new year because you think you've got to make a New Year's resolution, rather than this is something I actively want to do. So I agree with what you're saying, in as much as that it's important to have goals and to look forward and do things in the future. But to do a New Year's resolution because you feel you've got to do a New Year's resolution, I think sets me up for failure. I don't know about other people, but I think if I'm going to do it, I'm going to do it because I want to do it, rather than because I've got to do it on the 1st of January. I've got to lose weight, or got to go to a gym, or...
So, I mean, if you've already got... So you're describing a world there where you've already got quite a... What's the word?
Drive?
Healthy regime of refreshed ambitions, goals throughout the year.
Yeah.
Great. Fantastic. Some people don't.
Yeah. Okay.
And so if they don't, because the whole festive season introduces a natural pause where the whole world shuts down, most people don't go to work for some considerable period of time over the festive season. That institutes kind of a pause in life, and it gives you the luxury, if you call it that, of the opportunity to reflect. Yeah. Because you've got some space and time that you don't normally have in your working life.
Yeah.
So that's an opportunity to think about, actually, is there something I want to do? Is there not something that I would like to change for the better? So you don't have to do it Jan 1. It's an opportunity, right? Yeah. And for those that don't have a very aggressively engineered set of renewal activities like you do, then it is an opportunity to think, well, okay, is there something I would like to do? And to the point about optimism and agency, just generally in life, you kind of need to be able to feel like you're in control of your own life. Yeah. And you need to be able to feel like there's something you can do.
Yeah.
It's like what's that? Is it Just Do One Thing, that book you read, where it says just do one thing to improve anything in your life? No, there's another book we read that I think said just do one thing.
Remember.
Right? Yeah, there is.
I can't remember.
Well, he was just talking about the fact that, regardless of where you are and whatever the status is of the thing you're trying to do, just try and do one thing better than that tomorrow.
Yeah, well, that's 1%, isn't it?
Right, that was it, the 1% thing.
1%.
There you go.
Yeah.
So a bit like that, taking agency and control and saying, well, okay, there's just something I'll do. I'll do something, whatever that is. And the recommendations as you get older, and this is where you really do get into the retired and post-retired age groups. I mean, I was reading a thing the other day, and it's incredibly dull, right?
But the top 10.
But it was like the top 10 New Year's resolutions for seniors.
Is that the one you handed me?
Yeah. Top 10 New Year's resolutions for seniors. And it included, some things are very sensible.
Yeah.
Like, prioritise exercise, right? Yeah. And apparently, I didn't know, but they say you're meant to do 150 minutes of moderate cardio.
A week.
Aerobic a week, yeah. So that's one of them. Okay, fair enough. Sensible. Embrace strength training is another one. For a couple of reasons. It improves your balance, strength training, apparently. Obviously combats muscle loss.
Yeah.
But it improves your balance and therefore reduces likelihood of falls being a significant health hazard for seniors, right? Cultivate mental wellness is the third one. That's all around sleep, meditation, as well as hobbies and mental stimulation. Balanced diet. Now, you were reading some stuff about the diet, which I didn't really get into the detail of, but I just glossed over the diet thinking, yeah, whatever, eat healthy.
Well, they do say, what I read was that they do say as you get older, you don't need as many calories. And you and I haven't experienced that, not needing as many calories.
Disappointing for me.
Very disappointing.
Because I eat a shitload of food, so I don't intend to be eating less.
Really disappointing.
But so what do they say you need to reduce it to? Is there a target?
Didn't say what it. No, they didn't say. Right. But they talked about the healthy eating, which is something that we do until you don't. So when you're having a meal that I prepared, normally it's a healthy meal. Especially since I've been doing this challenge with the lovely Ben Price, you have it to reluctantly come to the table and eat stuff that I
healthy
found
food.
Healthy food. Yeah. So you can pad it out either side of it with non-healthy foods. But it was definitely the thing that struck me was the fact that actually as I get older, because I'm not going to be moving as much. That's the thought process, is that I won't need as many calories to keep myself going. But then if I do,
we're not at that age.
No,
yet. We're not at the age where we're going to be moving less, right?
No, we're not, and hopefully that won't happen for a while.
Active.
Yeah, absolutely. So the other thing that we were looking at when we were talking about New Year's resolutions is what's the difference between the bucket list and the New Year's resolution?
Well, I haven't finished yet. We'll get on to that.
Okay.
I haven't finished the boring resolutions.
You haven't finished the boring resolutions?
No.
Do you want to take a sip of your coffee before you?
I will.
Talk about the boring New Year's resolutions.
But also, before we finish the boring resolutions, so having talked about the strength training and the gym stuff and the diet, so a bit of self-publicity. So I to the point about I haven't become a complete arthritic cripple yet.
Yeah.
I PB'd at the gym this week, right? So 80 kilos on the back squat, sorry.
Yeah.
60 on chest press.
Oh,
80. And then 80 on deadlift.
Well done.
80 kilos deadlift.
As we know, I can't do that at the moment because
you're injured. You're injured. So other boring things. Let's finish off the boring things. So the other boring things for senior people, blah, blah, blah.
So
regular health checks.
That? Because actually they might be boring for us, but as you are slightly senior and you're not doing things, they might not be boring. They might be essential.
They might be essential if you're older.
Yeah, absolutely.
But as I'm a youthful 62. Regular health checkups. Okay, that's fair enough. I do.
You do.
I do get annual Bupa medical. Do. Yeah. Next one, and quite sensible, but the question is how do you do it? It's the old stay socially connected point about whatever stage of life you are in. If you are, especially if you're leaving the workplace, how have you got a vehicle for social connection?
Yeah.
What is your solution for that? Could be community groups, could be clubs, could be sports, could be a variety of things, but social really connections super important. Yeah. Because without that, the consequences of that are isolation, loneliness, as we talked about before. Exploring new horizons is a recommendation. Now, we'll come on to that a bit more because that gets us towards the bucket list topic, right? But exploring new horizons, which I really, really did like. Then there was some really dull shit, which I've already done. Stop smoking, did that a long time ago. So did you. Yeah. Reduce alcohol. You've successfully done that. I have not successfully done that at all. I'm not sure I particularly want to this year. Okay. But that was all the boring stuff, right? But
for you.
For me, sorry. For me, I thought it was a bit dull. But it was always sensible, right? Yeah. So I get, but it's just not, you don't read that and go, oh, that's an exciting set of resolutions I'll make for the year. It's a bit tedious. But the bit about exploring new horizons, that I quite liked. So I was following up that theme in a different magazine, right? Where they were talking about with a view to over 50s, so maybe a slightly younger audience, right? Okay. But that other stuff was very much about seniors. That was really kind of like 65.
Which we're all heading towards.
So 65 plus, right? But the Exploring New Horizons thing, I found this other magazine that said, over 50, here's the top 50 bucket list items for over 50s, right?
Which we went through.
Which we did go through. Now the bucket list idea, let's just talk about what that actually is, right? Okay. What is a bucket list and how is that, if any way, different to a resolution? So in some ways, not so much different, really, because the bucket list is really just you saying, okay, I want to get the most I can out of life. Yeah? What are the things that I desperately would love to experience that I haven't experienced in life so far?
So for me, the bucket...
I haven't finished
yet.
Sorry. Where are the places I want to go in life? Yeah. And are there things I wished I could accomplish when I was younger that I haven't done yet? Yeah. Now that sets a scene for a bunch of exciting... So the point about looking forward, that's kind of like exciting things as opposed to dull things, exciting things to look forward to. So I'm into that. Like that vibe is more me. That vibe is more me than the sort of boring shit.
So does a bucket list, for me, the bucket list means let's do that when we no longer need to work. But you're saying if it's over 50, is actually let's prep that, let's integrate that into
I'm saying integrate that into the theme of exploring new horizons. Clearly you can't do an entire bucket list in a year. No. But the point is, if you're going to think about doing something new or something different this year, why not think about something exciting instead of something just dull and go, I'll get something off the bucket list and go, fuck it. That's what I want to do this year. Yeah. So having said that then, bucket list style, what have you seen? Because you looked at the top 50. So we looked, and some of that 50. Resonated with you. So what did you think?
You and I looked at the top 50 and we kind of marked off what we would like to do, and some of them cross over. So if I look at what the top 50 are, and I'm not going to go through the whole lot now, but I could put the link. I'll put the link in the show notes if anyone wants to go there. But one of them was a family reunion, which, as you know, because I lost my uncle this year, and we had last year, and we had a family get together. We are planning a cousins family reunion, which is all the cousins that we used to get together at Christmas time, plus all their children and one aunt who's still around. So which in your world is more than just cousins, right? No, it's not the whole extended cousins. It's just my first cousins. It's the ones that you met at the funeral.
Not the second cousins and third cousins. That's so confusing. I don't even understand.
I don't have to draw you another family tree. You're fine. Right. But that was one thing that they suggested on the bucket list was family reunion. Now, for me, I think that probably goes into let's pop that in. If I were to have a New Year's resolution, let's pop that into New Year's resolution. Let's get that organised this year because that'd be fun for me. Another thing that they had on the bucket list was ride in a limousine, which I've never done. It's not one I want to put on my bucket list, but just to put it out there, my children, as young girls, have had 2 limousine rides without me. One, when I had Shoe Queen and I had a launch for my Shoe Queen business, I had to go up and get it organised, get the party organised, and I organised a limousine for them and various people to look after them to come. And they had a great time in and out of London in a limousine. And then I did one limousine party for my eldest when she was, I don't know, 8 or something. And
8?
Well, yeah.
A limousine party for an 8-year-old?
Yeah. So, and I didn't get to go in it. So, you know.
Jesus.
I know. Am I traumatised by
I didn't realise life was that flash down Forest Road.
Yeah, really flash.
8-year-old.
Really flash. So those are 2 things that are on the bucket list that although I have, they're not my bucket list. They're things that, I'm scarred obviously by the fact I haven't been on a limousine and my kids have.
Really?
I'm going to do the family reunion. But there's other things that I wanted to do that you've done. One is the road trip around LA. Like to do that.
Well, across the US,
sorry.
not just around LA.
Yeah. Well, no, I'd like to do it to LA. Sorry, I meant California, actually.
Well, okay.
Yeah,
fine.
sorry, I meant California. Yeah. And the other one is a shopping trip in New York. I've never been to New York.
Right.
And again, one of my children has been to New York. Yeah, I know, you did it on business.
Dozens and dozens.
I know. So it's not on your bucket list because you've done it. Then there's another one I'm looking at my list here that is, it says, start a new hobby or start a new sport. Well, we've already talked about the fact that we have got paddle rackets for Christmas. Or
Santa.
Yeah.
We think we
don't. No, we know. Santa bought us Christmas.
Santa bought us Christmas.
Yeah,
Christmas
absolutely. So we're going to start paddle properly this year.
Yeah.
And we also, so that was a sport, that's a combination of a new hobby and a sport.
Yeah.
That's on, because one is a sport, start a new sport, one is a new hobby. Right. So those are the other things. The things that you and I agree on that we'd like.
You want a shopping trip as well in New York.
Well, wasn't that one of Christmas shopping in New York, and you said,
sorry.
You're not paying attention, are you? You've just switched off now that I'm talking.
Shopping.
You did, absolutely. I'm talking. So the other thing that was on that list is build something amazing. Now, for you, a build is
physical build.
Physical build, like you do your garden or make a new bathroom or something. For me, actually, I'm thinking I'm already doing that. I'm building a podcast and I'm really enjoying the journey. And that, for me, is amazing. I'm hoping that people are enjoying, those that are listening are enjoying the podcast. So I'm already doing that. So I see those as sort of like ticks on the bucket list. But for the ones that cross over for both of us are the Orient Express. You wanted to have a trip.
Yeah,
to
so that's
Express.
on the bucket list. We should tell people that. So on the 50 things.
All of the ones that I've just read off are on the bucket list. But so on the Orient Express and start.
I would like to do that.
Yeah,
it's super expensive, the Orient Express thing. But I would like to do one of the. I don't know which one. There's a bunch of different routes they do in Europe, right? But I would definitely like to do some overnight.
So what are yours from that 50 bucket list?
I picked out the paddle thing as well under the new sport thing. Orient Express, yes. So one that is on their list, funnily enough, and we have kind of done this before, but we're going to be doing it again. Celebrate New Year's Eve in a major capital city, it says on the bucket list now. Yeah. We are doing that this year again. So can I just point out, Kev, that although we're recording this pre-New Year's, we should be talking about as though it's in the back, in the distance. I know, but we haven't done it yet. Anyway, so we are having an amazing Hope New Year's Eve. Hotel, restaurant, club, awesome, fantastic. Central London, should be great. So you don't mean go somewhere like New York for New Year's Eve? When it says on this overlift, over 50s, do it in a major town. It is the major capital. London, major capital. It is. Just as our capital. Yeah, well, that's good with me. I'm good with that. Another one that's on the list, which I would love to do actually, go to a masked ball. Okay. Now, you might even be able to find a way of, I don't know, doubling that up somehow with the Orient Express, because a masked ball in Venice. Ooh. That's an option, right? We need this podcast to be really successful in order to do that then, That's an option. So I'm totally up for that. And then hobby thing. So guitar, I think I've mentioned before, I own some guitars. I don't think I've actually played them now. And I don't even know. 8 months. I don't think I've touched them. But you've just done something today to start playing again, haven't you? Well, yeah, I read something / listened to a web signed thing. Up. Well, I signed up. I haven't touched the guitar yet. But yeah, I am hoping to do a daily sort of a 5-day free trial thing of just guitar tutorial crap to try and get me back into the practice, because I just don't even do it. I would like to be able to play. I would like to get to the end of next year, end of 26, being able to say I could actually play my guitar without it being hideously embarrassing. And that would be a good goal.
So there you go. There's a New Year's resolution.
Yeah, that's a good goal. That's a good goal. Yeah, so there you go. So that's the stuff that I thought, okay, yeah, some of that sounds appealing. More appealing than a balanced diet and, getting some sleep or whatever the other.
Well, actually, sleep for me would be amazing.
Well, yeah, you need sleep.
I do.
Your sleep is terrible.
Yeah, it's really bad. So is there anything that I haven't covered off that we need to cover?
So I would say, in conclusion, then I would say, as we embark now upon the new year of 2026.
Oh, 2026.
Just even the idea of setting some sort of attainable resolution or goal. If the term resolution is too time bound for you and too annoying or objectionable, then don't call it that. But setting some sort of attainable goal that makes a positive change in your life during 26, that in itself is a very, very good thing for your mental health, and it's a very, very good thing for your overall well-being, right? Okay. So as a thing, that's a good thing.
So
right?
What's your attainable goal?
Well, hang on a minute. So just thematically.
Okay. Oh, okay.
Right.
So we're not doing
people
it properly.
should be. It's up to people to choose their own resolutions, right?
I'm asking you.
Well, hang on a minute. Thematically, that is a positive and important thing to do.
Okay.
Right? And therefore, if you can find something, up to you what it is, but if you can find something that you're prepared to prioritize in your time, because none of these things happen unless you prioritize time. Yeah. You have to prioritize time and allocate the time to the thing, otherwise the thing doesn't happen.
Yeah.
So if you can find something you can prioritize time to that either involves regular exercise or some sort of socially connected activity, or that embraces a new experience like the ones we've just been talking about, right? Then doing that will it will create for you a more fulfilling and a happier and more vibrant life in 26 than if you don't do that. Okay. So that's your two choices. Do you want to do something that's going to make your life better and more vibrant and more fulfilling, or would you like to not do something, right? It's very simple. You should do something. Up to you what it is.
What are you going to do?
Me, I'm definitely going to do the hobby thing with the guitar, right?
Yep.
New Year's Eve would have ticked, right? Paddle, definitely going to give that a go. I'm going to investigate the Mars ball option.
Oh, yeah,
and see where in the world can we find one.
Okay.
There you go. That's enough.
Fabulous.
But you? What are you
going to do paddle.
Right.
And I'm going to do something that we've been talking about for a long time. I'm going to go to hot yoga weekly because I'm not very bendy and I've hurt my back.
Fair enough. So there you go. That's our ambitions for 26 so far. Yeah. That and carry on the podcast, hopefully.
Absolutely carry on the podcast, yeah.
And with that, it's probably a good point to say to you all listening, please do have a healthy, happy and fulfilling new year in 26.
Absolutely. And don't forget to follow us. Thanks.
Cheers.
This episode of When the Fuck Did I Become Old is proudly supported by our founding sponsor, Sally Rule, the homologist. Sally doesn't believe in downsizing. She believes in right-sizing, which is a term that I absolutely love. It means choosing the space that fits who you are now and where you're headed next. As life shifts, so do our needs. And Sally is the master at helping you figure out the right place at the right time. No pressure, no judgment, just smart, soulful guidance. Thank you, Sally, for supporting our conversations about aging and helping us all move forward with clarity and confidence.